What's up, guys? Welcome back to Build Cool again. Today, it's back to work on our dirt bike to street legal adventure bike build. And in this episode, it's time to find out whether or not we're going to need a battery for this thing. So we're going to have to start off by getting this thing back up and running so we'll be able to test everything and see if we're getting power without a battery hooked up. So what I'm thinking is we need to go through, electrical tape the connections from the motor to the wiring harness. We need to ground out the wiring harness. We need to get the kickstart lever on there. There's a few other things. I'm just drawing blanks right now. But then once we got everything up and going, I think I'm going to take a car battery and connect it to the battery terminals on the wiring harness, so I can go through, flip the switch, and be able to identify which wires should be what. From there, we'll be able to fire it up and specifically test the wires and see if they are getting positive or not. So that way we'll be able to identify whether or not we'll need a battery for this thing. Because that's all up in the air, and if that doesn't work out, I don't even know what we're going to do the rest of the episode. But we're probably just going to have to make it up as we go, but I'll figure something out. But before we get started, let's go ahead and smash that like and subscribe button so we can keep on building cool. Without your guys' support, it's hard to stay motivated in builds like these that just seem to take forever and ever. But it's really cool to watch this thing grow. And it just keeps me motivated, makes me want to keep putting out videos. I'm really trying to stay on schedule, but it's super hot today. It's already late. So let's go ahead, get started on this thing, and see how far we wind up. So with all that being said, let's get started. Guys, so we went ahead and we got electrical tape on the wires connecting the harness to the engine. We got the slide back in the carburetor. We have the throttle on the handlebars again. And then I went ahead and busted out the battery, the voltmeter, and a couple clamps. This way I can connect up our leads to the battery here. And then I should be able to play with the switches up here and see what happens. And hopefully we should be able to get power coming out of here and identify which one would be a headlight. I don't need to go through and identify everything quite yet, as long as I just get the headlight figured out, because that's going to be the main thing I'm going to need. So if I disconnect the battery after I've got the headlight identified, then I can fire up the engine and see if we've got power at that same socket. And then if we don't, then we're going to have to figure out a battery. If we do, that's great. We can go through and start simplifying some of this stuff. So I'll go ahead, get you guys all set up, and we can go through, run some tests. Who knows, maybe we can figure this out and be able to make the electric start work right now so I don't even have to kick it. But I'm not going to get my hopes up. I'm probably going to wind up having to kick this thing, and I do not have the right shoes for this. So hopefully I don't bruise my feet. Hopefully we can get this electric start working and be able to figure all this out. So with all that being said, you guys, let's dig back into this thing. Alright guys, so from what I'm seeing, it looks like this blue wire here is our headlight. I'm pretty sure the white ones are high beam. I don't know what the rest of them are. The little black one here, and there was another little, yeah, these little guys, the two black ones, seem to have power through the whole time. Let's see if I can get you guys on there. It's just hard to figure out what all is really going on here. I'm going to have to really do some homework, but we'll go ahead, get this thing fired up, and then we can finally figure out whether or not we're going to need a battery. The suspense is really killing me on this one, and I'm not having a good feeling about it. So let's all keep our fingers crossed, and hopefully this will all work out. So I'll get you guys set up. I got to get a water bottle full of gas, get that kickstart lever on there, and hopefully we'll get this thing fired up. So give me a minute, let me get you guys set up, and let's get started. Alright guys, just got to connect this. This will give this thing gas, and then hopefully away we go. Alright guys, my feet hurt. This thing has been brutal to kick. But I've been sitting here going through it, playing around with stuff. I think I just may have figured it out. I don't know, I feel like I've tried everything at this point. But if it does click on, we'll hit this headlight switch and see if we got power. So let's see. Ignition on. Ready? Junk, guys. It ran, but we have no power. So I got a bit of thinking to do. I'm gonna need a minute and I'll come back to you guys. Ready, go. Alright guys, so after quite a bit of kicking, so much so that now I'm struggling to walk and it's pretty painful to just stand here and talk to you guys. But I did get it up and running, but unfortunately we are going to need a battery because I have no life in the wires. Which really sucks. This is not what I planned at all. So we're gonna go ahead, call it a wrap there. I'm gonna have to go through, try to figure something out. In the next episode, maybe we can start digging into some of the other parts I got laying around here, and we could just kinda shove the wiring back underneath something so it's out of sight and out of mind. I'm just kidding. We'll have to get a battery ordered and we'll figure it out. But it's going to take time to get that kind of stuff, so we'll have to see. So before we get out of here, you guys, let's go ahead and smash that like and subscribe button so we can keep screwing up again, I guess. Definitely did not plan for this one. I feel like such a dummy, you guys, but I should have known, but I chose to be optimistic. That's going to be the word of the week. Optimistic. Alright, guys. So I'll catch you guys on the next episode. Hopefully in the next one, we'll have a little bit better of a game plan for this. So with all that being said, you guys, I'll catch you guys on the next episode. Peace!